Om Shri Sai Ram. Humble prostrations at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Master, Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Gita Vahini, Chapter 26. Regulation of Food and Recreation. Pure, passionate and dull food. Physical, mental and vocal disciplines. Pure, passionate and dull charity and recreation. Summary. There are three types of qualities or gunas: the pure, sattvic, the passionate, rajasic, and the dull, tamasic. These are based on the inner consciousness, antakarana. You are what you feed on, and your activities shape your nature. By regulating food and recreation, people can overcome the demonic tendencies that tend to prevail upon them. Through planned self-effort, they can promote tendencies towards purity. Food is the chief formative force. Moral conduct, good habits, spiritual effort all depend upon the quality of the food. Disease, mental weakness, spiritual slackness, all are produced by faulty food. It should not be too salty, too hot, too bitter, too sour, or too sweet. It should not be taken while steaming hot. Food that fans the flames of thirst should be avoided. Passionate or rajasic food is the opposite of the sattvic quality. It is too salty, too sweet, too hot, too sour, too odorous. Such food excites and intoxicates. Additionally, there are three purities to be observed. Purity of the provisions, that is, padartha shuddhi. Purity of the vessels in which the food is prepared, that is, patra shuddhi. And purity of the people who serve the prepared food, that is, pak shuddhi. The vessel must be clean, free from tarnish. The person who serves must not only be clean in dress but clean in habits, character and conduct. The person should be free from hate, anger, worry and indifference while serving the dishes. Mere physical cleanliness or charm is no compensation for evil thoughts and habits. The food you eat is such an important constituent of the physical and mental stuff with which you have to struggle in the spiritual field. The mind should be free from anxiety and worry, hate and fear, greed and pride. It should be saturated with love for all beings. It has to dwell in God. Use the body and its strength and capabilities for the service of others, for worship of the Lord. Service of the sick and the distressed, observance of moral codes, such beneficial acts must make it sacrosanct. Avoid talking too much. Desist from false statements. Do not take delight in backbiting and scandal mongering. Never speak harshly. Speak softly and sweetly. Even if one of these three, the physical, mental and vocal disciplines, is absent, the Atmic effulgence cannot radiate light. Among those who donate for charities, most are anxious to get name and fame. Very few desire the grace of the Lord and nothing else. Gifts made with that one end in view, to receive the grace of the Lord, are good or sattvic. Gifts made expecting something in return, like fame and publicity, public esteem and power, are rajasic. Food for the overfed is a burden, not a boon. Such benefitless and wasteful charity is called dull or ignorant, that is, tamasic. The gift you make must not be for name or fame. It should have no motive of pomp and publicity. It should be purposeful and useful. Pure sattvic listening is listening to the stories, experiences and messages of sages and saints who aspired after God and realized Him. Pure seeing is seeing the worshippers of the Lord, seeing the portraits of saints and sages, attending festivals in temples, etc. Passionate or rajasic seeing is seeing scenes of luxury, pictures of sensuous joy, etc. Others take delight in listening to gruesome adventures, stories of wicked ogres and vicious deeds. Such are tamasic individuals. Bliss and peace can be secured only when food and recreation are cleansed and purified. Darkness and light cannot coexist. Kama, desire, and Rama cannot be in the same place together. Become master of the tongue, and then you can master sex. They are firmly interconnected, as close as the eye and the feet. Key takeaways from this chapter. First, food is the life-sustaining force which powers the life force within us. Its subtleties on the few seconds it encounters the taste buds of our tongues is given a disproportionate importance in comparison to what impact it has on our life force energy. As the only species on the planet that cooks its food, we need to pay utmost importance to retain and sustain the natural balance of qualities that we take in through our food and avoid those proven to harm or negatively impact our spiritual journey through life. Second, purity of the thoughts in our mind, words spoken by the tongue, and actions done by the body cumulatively form the bulk of our karma performed in this world. Conscious focus on all three of them, omitting none, is vital for our success in realizing the Atma. Fixing any two at the expense of the third can create systemic leaks which can prevent us from achieving our goal. Therefore, be watchful of all three. Third, lots of charitable acts done by many aims to placate one's conscience by simply writing checks or gaining fame, by becoming renowned publicly as a big donor, or one's own ego by being profusely thanked and praised by the needy recipients. If we associated with none of these, nor with the quantity provided, but only the appropriateness to the need and the love for all and the Lord in our heart, and no other motivation, that charitable act is worthy in the Lord's eyes. Fourth, exciting movies or reading about dark deeds done by others in newspapers, etc., by itself may not seem sinful to us. But these become food for the mind and tend to get absorbed by our subconscious mind. This in turn has subtle impacts on us in terms of mood swings, dreams, and sleep, and certainly on the quality of meditation. Let us ever be watchful on what we allow our minds to feed on, however incidental or innocuous it may seem. End of chapter 26. Jai Sai Ram.